Hello and welcome to Matthew 77 Network. My name is Freeman Singh and that's short for Singh Julien K. And this is a special coverage. This week in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., a powerful man from the Democratic Republic of the Congo paid our government official a visit at the U.S. Congress. There he also met men and women from the clergy, as well as high-profile church leaders from all across the United States. And we understand that they had a lengthy discussion and conversation on various topics. We've got the opportunity of speaking with him and gave him an invitation to speak, to sit down with us and tell us a little more of his visit in detail that he's having here in the United States. This man has been an international lobbyist on current African issues. He is also a renowned Pan-Africanist. He's also been called one of the African living libraries. He almost spent 35 years of intensive lobbying work on the capitals of the three continents, Africa, Europe, and the Americas. He is also a long-life friend and a historic friend of the United States. So, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to our Matthew 77 Network television studio, none other than Professor Revd Julien Ciakudia. Professor, good evening and thank you so much for giving us the time to speak with you. Would you introduce yourself to the world? Who are you exactly?
Good morning, Mr. Freeman. My name, as you said, I am Professor Revd Julien Ciakudia. I am an Anglican or Episcopalian pastor, trained in Canada at the University of Montreal, where I did my BA, MA, and master degree in theology and sociology. I am a Pan-Africanist. My studies were consecrated on the development of Tanzania during the President Nyerere philosophy of Ujamaa. Being an internationalist, I have been involved with the freedom of Haiti. We trained President Aristide, who became later on the president of Haiti. I have been involved also as a politician from DR Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, which is democratic only by name, but where there is a reign of dictatorship, occupation of neighboring countries, killing, genocide of more than 12 million people, killed because of resources since 96 to today. And more than 4 million ladies raped violently, more than 4,000 people, 4 million people under forced displacement inside of the country, many refugees in Africa and everywhere in the world. The crisis of Congo has been going on for long, and I have been involved internationally as international lobby on Africa issues, Congo issues, and sub-region of Great Lakes of Africa, including Rwanda, Burundi, Uganda, and Congo. And for many years, I have been involved internationally on those issues of current actuality of Africa country as a Pan-Africanist, also as a Congolese, since the dictatorship of President Mobutu Sese Seko in ex-Zaire, which is all today called Democratic Republic of Congo. I am a friend of United States of America, a historic friend of US and of the West country. I am the first black pastor of the Norwegian State Church, working during the time of ex-dictatorship of Zaire. I was invited by the Norwegian State Church to become the first black pastor of the Norwegian Church in charge of immigration and the refugees. And I have been traveled a lot in all Western countries and Africa. I have some comrades in African continent who are presidents, and we have been working together with the Archbishop Tutu and Madame Winnie Mandela, who is our comrade, during apartheid time in South Africa, from Oslo, Norway, with many organizations, non-governmental organizations of Norway and Scandinavia country to end apartheid in South Africa. And when President Mandela took over, I am the first Congolese to be invited by our comrade of ANC, who took over in '94, to visit the presidency of President Mandela, to visit the Minister of Foreign Affairs of late Minister Nzo Alfred, peace to his soul, and also to visit the Minister of Home Affairs to plan the engagement of Nelson Mandela to mediation of in ex-Zaire of Mobutu, between the opposition and Mobutu Sese Seko. And when during this time, my good friend, who is today President of Liberia, Madame Sirleaf Johnson, is a brave lady of Africa, was the deputy administrator of UNDP, and together we have been working to stabilize Angola of our comrade Dos Santos. I was invited to the table round conference on Angola in Belgium in '95, and we planned the reconstruction and investment in Angola. Today, Angola is a stable country with a strong military and security, and our comrade Dos Santos has done a lot of work to stabilize and to develop Angola. And today, our comrade Madame Sirleaf Johnson has become the first woman lady in the African continent. And I am someone very supportive to women development and women engagement in strong position, both in business and also in political leadership. And today, I am in exile in London when I saw that my country was invaded by Rwanda of Paul Kagame and the Uganda of Yoweri Museveni, with support of some groups who organize themselves to steal the minerals of Congo, to destroy our people, to kill, to rape, and to play with the future of our new generation in the sub-region of Great Lakes and also in Congo. For this reason, since 2003, I decided to leave Congo and to stay in London, UK, to work toward the change, not only in Congo, but for all the Great Lakes region of Africa, including Uganda and Rwanda and Congo. I am now visiting America, and I'm happy to answer to your questions.
Thank you so very much. Now, for those of you guys who do not know, Professor Revd Ciakudia, he's visiting Washington, D.C., and he had just met some very powerful men and women in the capital, in our nation's capital. Could you tell us exactly what was your visit about? What brought you about in this great nation of the world? As
I said, I am a historic friend of U.S. During the time of dictatorship of Mobutu, during the time of Cold War, I have been coming to America with the position of the Belgian government and the King of Belgium to end the dictatorship of Mobutu. I came many times to State Department as a Pan-Africanist and a strategist for Africa. We had many discussions, but the 7th of February 1996, we come to the conclusion that Mobutu should go out of the power of ex-Zaire. And we said in the State Department that Mobutu should go before it's too late, because his health could not permit him to live more than 1 year. And the US State Department were afraid that if he died in the power, it could create the chaos situation, a political chaos and military chaos in the sub-region of Great Lakes. Then we had to plan in which way we could end up the regime, dictatorship regime of Mobutu. And we say that before July 97, Mobutu could take the power. He could go out of the power, that another president could come. And Laurent Désiré Kabila came in 97, in May. And Mobutu ran away to Morocco, where he went to die in September 97. Then we were right that he could die in power and create the climate of confusion in all the sub-region of Great Lakes. But what we did not plan with the US State Department and American authorities was who could replace Mobutu. Laurent Désiré Kabila came in the power because of our mistake. Because if we could plan exactly the end of Mobutu and the replacement of Mobutu, today we could not enter in this chaos. Since 96, Congo is in serious political turmoil. There is a lot of people killed. There is a lot of ambitions, many movement of rebellions created since, and they are changing names. Yesterday they were RCD, they become CNDP, and today they are M23. And you know which condition they are now we are putting in Congo. And the political leadership after the death of the assassination of Laurent Désiré Kabila in 2001, January 2001, this young man called Joseph Kabila came in power without any preparation. Driving taxi in Dar es Salaam, he became president of Congo. The first job Joseph Kabila did in his life was to become deputy chief of the army of Congo of Laurent Désiré Kabila. And the second job is to become the president of a country which is big than all West Europe. And with a lot of problems, with a lot of political leadership, because with Mobutu we got 32 years of dictatorship. And that country need a good political leadership. It needs strong political management, and also it needs a vision for investment, trade, and development. Because the Congo, dear Congo, is the heart of the African continent. And this country has the resources of the world. You know, 90% of coltan used to create a mobile phone, iPhones, computers, laptops, 80% of world reserve of coltan is in the eastern part of Congo. This is why you see that there are a lot of rebellions going on there. We have gold, we have diamond, we have cobalt, and instead of those resources to give life to the Congolese people, it's giving them death and despair. This is not hope for their life. And it's why I accepted positively the invitation of the Congress member Karen Bass to come to the US for a meeting with the special envoy of His Excellency President Obama to the Great Lakes region, Mr. Russ Feingold. And we had a meeting, a very positive meeting, in the US Congress on the 11th. And around those meetings, I have met with many members of Congress. I have addressed Mr. Feingold and addressed Madam, the Congress member Karen Bass, and many colleagues of her. I met with the church leaders to prepare also for the prayer for the President of America and the nation of America. As a long friend or historic friend of America, I came to address Americans and their political leaders and the business that there is a chance of making a new choice for Congo. I came to give the message of hope for the Congolese people, and I came to strategically to discuss with our American friends that we need to change the trend of things in that sub-region of Great Lakes. It has been too long for President of Uganda, Museveni, and the President of Rwanda to destroy, to enter in Congo by force, creating rebellions, to use Joseph Kabila as a puppet. And now it's the time for us to change the future of the Great Lakes region. They have done too much mess in that sub-region. These two presidents plus their puppet in Congo, Joseph Kabila. But now there is a chance, because we have already from London started to work together with opposition to Paul Kagame and some positive Rwandese from Hutu and Tutsi who are willing to establish good governance in Rwanda. The same with our friends from Uganda. We have a view for the new hope and new future for this whole sub-region. We would like America to help us to change the political leadership in that sub-region before it's too late that the extremist Islamists use the occasion to invade with Al-Shabaab and other Al-Qaeda groups to invade Congo and to invade the Great Lakes. There is a problem of security which is on table, and we need to act before it's too late.
Wow. I mean, your agenda sounds extremely long and extremely challenging. Now, specifically, if we focus on DRC, you came with a great intentions here in the States. Have you got a chance to meet with Congolese residents in the United States who also have a great intentions of having a good change? And also, when you say that, you say that you made a mistake of not knowing the right person to entrust with the presidency, with the leadership in DRC. Now, I know that Americans might ask themselves, are you the person, what makes you qualified to say that, you made a mistake to put you made a mistake that you didn't get a chance to put the right person. Well, how would you say?
During the time of dictatorship, toward the end of dictatorship of Mobutu, I have been asked 3 times by the friends in the State Department if I was thinking to replace Mobutu. 3 times. And the last time I was with my wife, we went out of the State Department. My wife was very angry against me because I was saying I was too young, I cannot take over. And they were asking me, but you are known all over the world. We are meeting with you all the time. Why don't you think to replace Mobutu? I said, no, I still very young. I wish to go, stay in the parliament, leading the Commission of Foreign Affairs to be sure that the fight we have been fighting can be sustained. Because I thought that from the parliament we could take care of the march of the country. But today I find myself again outside of everything, because the people who took over did not know even where we have started and where we wanted to go. Who is the best friend of Congo, and what the deals we have been doing during the time we were doing discussion with our friend in America. But now I am 56 years old. With all the knowledge God has given to me, all the relations God has given to me, I am not again 30 years old, as when I was saying I am young. Now I am going to stand for the election of 2016.
Wow.
I come to gather all the good support from my friend in America, and I'm calling now American friends that Congo need a good and a strong leader, as someone with lot of capacity, lot of energy, and lot of relations. I studied in Canada. I was the president of Students and Workers of Africa for all Canada. I was the president of Congolese Zairian student during that time in Canada. I still having good contact with the Canadian government, universities, and business there. At the same time, I was the pastor of the Norwegian State Church, first black pastor. I have a relation in Scandinavia. I am a Pan-Africanist with a relation in all the continent of Africa. I am living in London. I have a relation with the English UK milieu, in politics, in Chamber of Lords, in business, and this. And I am in touch with, I was the last time in Israel to discuss about these things in Tel Aviv. Then I think that today I am the best person to put all the world with America in the center of Africa, in this strategic country, and start to build the Congo, to start to make the trade, to work for trade, investment, and business. And I am sure that if God give me the opportunity that I stand for Congo, US will stand with us, and I'm sure that we will develop Congo in a few years, because Congo has never been developed, but we have a lot of resources. We can bring all the people of the world, we can bring all the best capacity of America, that good investment, and we can put the program of development in the country, that the business goes, the country is able, the hospitals, the roads, and in 15 years I can change with all my relations given by God, we can change the situation of Congo and give hope to our people, create jobs and create wealth, and make that country a country where people can go and trade and do the business. And the second part of your question was to know if I have met with the Congolese people. Really, I can tell you, I didn't have time to meet all of them, but I have met all the leaders of the Congolese community in Washington, and some who came to visit me from different states to greet me here in Washington, D.C. during my stay. I have already got the picture of the situation of my community. Here I am a community leader, man. I'm an activist of human rights. I'm very interested in the life of the Congolese in and outside of the country. And I have a program for the contribution of the Congolese diaspora in the development of Congo, because we have Congolese all over the world. Every time when I'm traveling, I'm meeting with our people.
Yes.
And the people I met here, they have given me the view of what is going on in America, how the community is working, and the capacities we have inside of diaspora in the US, and their relation with the Americans and other Afro-Americans and Afro-Caribbeans and others who are African who are in the US. All those people can help Congo to sustain, can help us. As soon as we take over, they can help us, because all those relations of the Congolese diaspora will be helpful to build the Congo. And our children are in the best schools in America, in Canada, in UK, in France, Belgium. We have a program to create the condition to welcome all this force of diaspora of Congo in Congo to start to build the country. I would like to have a huge program of building Congo, all the Congo at once. We have one of the biggest country of Africa with a lot of resources. We need to have a mega plan which put people to work 24 hours with the world resources that we can bring this country to life.
Now, as divided, as divided the Congolese people are right now, especially within the country and even in diaspora, as a presidential hopeful, how do you see, or what is your plan to unify them so that they can all rally behind you?
Yeah, we have to have a plan. We have already a good plan for Congo. We have been working for Congo for my last 35 years of my life, working for Africa and for the betterment of dear Congo. And I am known today by any Congolese knows that I am existing, and they know what I have been fighting for many years. They know that we have a heart for their hope, and we have a heart for their suffering, and we want to contribute to the development of our people and the nation. And I have been traveling all over the world. I have been living in many countries. I know many Congolese in diaspora who can work together with us. Today, I am standing in London as a leader of the Congolese government in exile, and I am representing the resistance movement against what is going on in Congo from London. I am connected to every Congolese all over the world, inside and outside. Now we need only to have a good team behind us, resources with us, because to do the campaign of election in Congo, you need the resources.
Absolutely.
You need the good people around you. And here in US, during my stay in Washington, D.C., I have got that. And I am sure they will link with others group and influential people with resources. What I call resources is diplomatical support, political support, and financial support. Because to do campaign of election in Congo, you need the money.
Absolutely.
You need a lot of money because we don't have communication in Congo. You need the plane, you need the television, you need the radio, you need the resource to travel from place to place. And the only way to do it is by plane. And you cannot compete in Congo with this poor political leadership which is there without resources. To do good, you need the resources. And here I am appealing to our friend in America who will listen to us that we need the resources. We need to start now because the election is scheduled for 2016. My party, UPR, Union for Patriotic Resistance, which will be called in Congo Union for the Republican Patriot, will be running for the elections. But there we will be needing your support from now. And we need a massive support and we need your prayers too. We need the people to pray for the people of Congo. Absolutely. We need the people to accompany our will and our action with a lot of prayers and a lot of commitment. And we are positive, and we know that sitting in Congo for the next years, which God will give to us, as a president of Congo, we have a plan for that country, and we have also a plan for the resource of the world to come and to work together with Congolese.
Now, you mentioned that you have your party, which is registered in London. Have you registered in the DRC as well, or you have?
No, up to now we did not register. What should be noted is I am sitting in London as a political refugee because I refused the power in Congo and I came out and created the government in exile. And now there is a program of amnesty which have come out from Joseph Kabila in this government, and I want to use this occasion to go back to Congo and register the party and start to work to plan for election of 2016. And there again, I need my security to be taken care by the US government and the US politicians and the friends, and I need also resources to go from a refugee situation and to run for the presidency. I need the resources, and this should be done urgently.
Now, again, I'm gonna ask you very blindly. The Congolese people might know the situation very well, but here in America, some of the ordinary citizens, we have no idea what's happening. What exactly would you tell American people so that they can better understand why is it that you are against President Kabila's presidency and leadership today, and why is it that you feel that you are going to do a better job than he's currently doing?
Yeah, first of all, running the government of Congo in exile since 2003, my stay in London, I have made aware to the Congolese community, diaspora all over the world, also inside from London, that when the General de Gaulle of France, when he find out that the Nazis have occupied France in 40-45, he ran away to London, where I am now. And he sent a message to the people of France that you have to stand against that occupation. And the occupation of Hitler of France was destroyed from the position of de Gaulle from London. he cut all the French resistance against what was going on in France. Joseph Kabila, as I said, is a puppet of Museveni and Kagame, of Rwanda and Uganda. As I said, they have been, for almost now 20 years, destroying the sub-region of Great Lakes because of the greediness of going and steal the minerals of Congo. They have created the climate of insecurity, entertained that climate with false motive of saying, oh, we are going to fight the Hutu. And they are creating rebellions, Rwanda and Uganda, invading the east part of Congo, which is very rich in resources, and using those resources to bribe people here and there all over the world, and then stand there for long. And they have put this Joseph Kabila, who came from them. He was driver of taxi in Dar es Salaam, and the first position is the chief of the army. The second position is the president of the country. There is something which a human being cannot do without capacity. And you don't become president just from a taxi driver in Dar es Salaam to become the president of Congo. And to put a very bad management of the country. We did not fight Mobutu years after years just to get that kind of president after Mobutu. Then I was there. When he took over, I did not know him, but he invited me back to Congo. I went back. I was the chief security advisor of his chief security advisor, Metro Mbuyu. And then I find out that we could not fight that dictatorship of Mobutu by bringing a useless person in the power of Congo. A president should have a vision. A president should initiate project. A president should be someone of perspective. And he has also love of the people and can communicate with his people. But we cannot have a president who cannot communicate with his people, who doesn't know even the country. He was living in Dar es Salaam, driving his taxi, and he became a president of that country. And now we say no, we have been fighting dictatorship of Mobutu to have a better governance of the country. Now they have taken that country in hostage. They create rebellions, they put those rebellions on the table, and they put them in the army, the chief, the general of armies, all of them are criminals. Almost all of them, I say. And the politician, from the president to his minister, many of them were warlords. They are all criminals. Instead of bringing them to justice, they created the climate of impunity in the country and the sub-region. You kill more, you become a general. You kill more, you become a politician. You kill more, you become a chief of the official enterprise of state. And you kill more, you become the boss. And this climate, we should end it. If you have been killing 12 million people, you have to be accountable. If you have been looting the mineral of Congo, you have to be accountable. If you have been raping ladies with weapons in their body to kill the maternity of more than 4 million ladies, you have to be accountable. You cannot be general by killing ladies, by creating rebellions, creating warlords for almost 20 years. And because you want to be rich, you want to steal the resources, the crimes, war crimes, humanitarian crimes, the crimes against humanity, the crimes of looting a resource, economical crimes, the genocide crimes, the sexual crimes on the ladies, even the children of 3 years old, they are raping them in Congo. Nobody wanted to speak all those things. Even more than the lady of 70 years old, they are raped in Congo. Nobody wants to speak on all these things. Genocide of more than 12 million people because of a resource of Congo. Nobody wants to speak. Joseph Kabila is not in his place. We need now to put a good management, to create the climate of stability, peace and security in all the sub-region in Congo, because Congo is the heart. When we put good management, political management in the country, we are sure that the business can go, the trade can go, the investment can go, but we have first to clean up the climate of doing good business with Congo. I am sure that the US government, the US business who can listen to me, they understand that why I went out and say, stop to this climate of killing, this climate of genocide, this climate of looting, this climate of rape in the sub-region, both for Kagame of Rwanda, both for Museveni of Uganda, and both for Joseph Kabila. We need not only to change Congo, but we need to change the sub-region. We need to put another political management which can create the climate of freedom of people inside, that we create a market. Market, we create the exchange, the circulation of our people and goods for all the sub-region, because if you want the Congo to be developed, you need also to create a market in the sub-region or also in the region of Africa. And Congo is the center. It's why Congo now needs Ciakudia to manage Congo. It's why I feel I am the best person for the moment to clean up the mess and to help Congo to sustain and create the climate for business in the country.
You are very loaded, and you have some very serious charges against 3 presidents. And I know that as a Congolese...
It's justified. If you read all the reports of... read the mapping report of UN, you will find what they have found. You read all the reports of UN. Why those reports doesn't come out with a resolution of arresting those people? They have to be brought to justice. They have made a lot of crimes. And all the reports of UN since the report of Safiatou, and mapping a report, many reports made by European communities, by UN system, even by the American State Department, different department here, they know what I'm speaking. I am not inventing things, I am speaking on the fact that these people, they have destroyed the sub-region. They have killed a lot of people. They have to be held accountable. Now you have someone in Hague now, Bosco Ntaganda.
Yes.
But let us the charge continue. You will know exactly what has been going on. We have asked our friend from US that we have to arrest Bosco, transfer him to Hague, and then we will learn exactly what was going on. He was the chief of the rebellions there. Another one before him, Nkunda Batware, he ran away from Congo after doing all this mess. Now he's living in Rwanda, securized by Kagame. Why is these people, they come in Congo and say they are Congolese? And the day they wanted to arrest them, they ran away to Museveni or to Kagame, and they sit quiet. And some of them, they are in the army, they are chief of armies in Congo. Some of them, they are chief of politics. A man like Ruberwa. He was the chief of RCD. They are them who created the rebellion in '98. He became the vice president of Congo behind the Kabila. They are protecting each other. Now we wanted to do that. We don't go against the people, but we go for the law. We go for the reign of justice, and we go for the development of the sub-region and our country, which is Congo.
Now, as I'm very sure that President Kabila will be seeing this interview, and as long as, as well as a lot of other government leaders in the DRC, aren't you concerned or even afraid that you are going to be labeled as a terrorist? Because with the charges that you have, and the president of DRC, whether we like it or not today, he's the president of DRC, and the international community recognizes him as a president. Now, you, with all these great ideas that you have, what happens when you are labeled a terrorist or enemy of the state? Because if you're planning to to topple the president, that's treason in DRC, I would assume, right? How are you going to gain the trust of the Congolese, the trust of the whole world for that matter, that your intentions are very justified and you mean well for the Congolese and also for the stability of the Great Lakes region?
No, I don't think I am, someone can say I am a terrorist. No. The terrorists, they are them. They are them who have created many terrorist groups to loot, to kill, to do everything for them to gain money,
when you
to
say
gain the
who are
resources.
you referring to?
Kagame, Museveni, and Kabila. And we cannot hide the truth. Because as I said, I have referred to the official reports of mapping reports, of Madame Safiatou, their names have been nominated for they have to face justice. I have told Joseph Kabila myself, and I hope he will see this interview and he will remember my last discussion with him. I have told to him that Joseph, plan your suitcase. Let me take over and I will keep you safe. Because I know he's afraid of taking his suitcase because he wants to hold on the power like Mobutu was doing, but he's still young, he has a family, he has children. In the power, we will have to sign a deal with him that we don't go against him. But if the international community, with his reports, or many reports, want to follow him, they will follow him. But I want to take over to build the Congo, not to go against him or to against his people. But as I said, my government in exile will end its function for me to prepare for the elections, to accept the amnesty which he has done. But I don't want him to take again criminals from M23, from that amnesty, to bring them again in the power, them again in the power. We want these M23 warlords to be arrested. He cannot use that occasion to bring them again in the army, police, and security system, as they used to do since now almost 20 years. We want these things to be stopped. And we want the US to help us and the West countries to help us that we stop the climate of killing, of genocide, of looting, and we start to do really business, win-win. The American can come and help us to build the country. The business of America can come. It's not terrorists. The march, since in London, I have been the new De Gaulle. Now I want to end the new De Gaulle and to create hope for the Congolese people, to go back to Congo using the amnesty, but I need support from those who can believe in what I'm saying, those who can help us to build the climate of security, peace, and stability, those who believe in the business that we create together, the climate of business. Ciakudia in the power in Congo is going to create really the climate of business, but we have to clean up our mess.
Now, I'm sure that the fact that you see the help from Rwanda and Uganda towards Kabila, as a president, how are you going to ensure that Congo remains stable and the greater region remains stable, given the fact that perhaps President Kagame is still going to be on power and President Museveni? How are you?
No, I think I am 100% with the position of President Kikwete of Tanzania. And then I use this occasion to thank him for he's the first president from the last meeting of African Union to ask directly to the meeting in Addis Ababa to President Museveni and President Kagame to start to talk with their opposition and their rebellions. They have refused that. We need them to start to talk to their opposition and their rebellions, as they have done it for Joseph Kabila in Congo. They create rebellions and they put them they come to the table of discussion, and then they call it Congolese dialogue, and then they put them in the army and everywhere. But in Rwanda and Uganda, there never been a dialogue between Museveni and his rebellion, Museveni and with his opposition, Kagame the same. There is a lady there in Gabire, she's in prison, she's the opponent. Why she's in prison? Kagame should start to speak to his opposition and the rebellion. This FDLR who is going to kill them since '94, he's behind you Rwandese people in Congo, helped by Museveni and Kagame, by Museveni and Kabila, to kill. If a child born in '94, how old is he today? Or is a genocider? A child born in Congo, is there, no, the father was genocider, the child also is a genocider. The child born in '94 is almost, I think, 20 years now. Is a genocider? you have to create a climate of discussing with those people, because they are majority of Rwanda. You cannot continue to lead Rwanda with a minority of people, killing the majority to destroy them, that they become a minority. You cannot make a majority becoming a minority because of killing them. You want to diminish their number. And since 94, they have been doing this. Kagame and Museveni, they have the plan to diminish the number of the Hutu. And then, by which means? By killing them. It's why they're creating rebellions to follow them in Congo. We have to create climate of reconciliation in that region. And I am ready, becoming president of Congo, to help the region to reconcile, to help the people to be together. And because you cannot build the economy when you don't have a people.
Absolutely.
And you need to feed those people. You need to give them place to sleep, a housing. You need to give them the health conditions. You need to send children to schools. You need to work to build the roads for the people to circulate.
Absolutely.
When are we going to do this work in our sub-region?
Especially if there is fights.
Yeah, and you have created a climate of insecurity all the time. We cannot develop with this. We need to create the confidence in the people. We need to create stability. We need to create a climate of peace that we can invite now the investors, that they can come and help us. I know with the presence of AFRICOM now in that sub-region, I will work with AFRICOM to create the stability in that region.
Now, I have a question which might or might not be in the right platform, but I will ask it anyway. As the president of DRC, especially if you are elected in 2016, there are rumors that certain individual, certain person of interest would love to split DRC into different parts. Would you commit to keeping DRC as one country, or would you would you promote the division of DRC?
DRC will never be divided, because our people are not divided. The Congolese people are united. That's the heritage of Mobutu. Mobutu has given us a nation, which is a very strong nation. But the management, political management, is not good. It's not a problem of the biggest of our country, because America is a big. Are we going to divide America? Because America has created a big country with a strong political leadership, respectable leadership. I was in the Congress yesterday with the people of faith, different pastors from different churches, planning for the 3rd of May to come together to the White House and pray for the president. That's the climate of confidence, to pray for the president and pray for America as a nation. We have also to come to that the power you are holding is coming from the people. And you have confidence between the president and the people. And the presidency is not something out of the will of the population. And I wanted to start to bring that in the mind of the people of Congo, the people of the Great Lakes region, but without dividing Congo. Because if we have a very good management of the political, at the high political level in Congo, in the Great Lakes region, we don't need to divide Congo. And the resource of Congo can be used by all the continent of Africa. Why you have to divide? We need Congo to be big, strong. As I was speaking to our cardinal in the house of the new Pope in May last year, we discussed in the house of the Pope that we cannot divide the Congo. With the Cardinal of Congo, Monsignor Mosengo, we said Congo cannot be divided. You want to divide the Congo? Kill first all the Congolese, because they are united for their Congo, and then march on them, then you can divide it. But I don't think that I am going to divide the Congo, but I'm going to give peace and security climate to any Congolese, to any Rwandese or Tutsi or Hutu who accept to live in Congo, to give him peace and security that they have to build together Congo. Because United States is built by different people. You have Afro-Caribbean, you have Afro-American, you have African from Africa, you have the white American, you have the Latino American. Why we cannot do the same in Congo? Congo is is a huge. There is a resource for everyone, for all the continent, for all the world. And we have to create that climate. We don't need to divide it. The Tutsi cannot feel the power of Congo, of Ciakudia. I am a president of Congo. The Tutsi from Congo will be securized because they have to contribute to the betterment of Congo. The Hutu who are in Congo, if you choose to stay there, as the American, they are welcome, the European are welcome, because what I wanted to see is a really rapid development of that country, that it can be profitable, not only for Congolese, for all Africa, for our sub-region of Great Lakes, and for all the world.
Welcome back to our interview with Professor Revd Ciakudia. Thank you so much again for hanging out with us today. It's really a pleasure speaking with you and the passion that you have for your great country, DRC.
Thank you very much.
Now, as we didn't really get a chance to elaborate a little bit more, would you tell us here, Americans, what's this that we hear about the 4 million women who were raped? Could you tell us a little more about that? Because that sounds really...
The rape of the women in Congo is a weapon of war.
Who are those people doing rapes and raping?
As I said, the rebellions have been created by Yoweri Museveni of Uganda, Paul Kagame of Rwanda. For almost now 20 years, they are creating different rebellions. There are many rebellions created, financed, and instrumentalized by those countries who want to loot the resources, mineral resources in Congo. And it's a huge business going on there. And this looting and creation of warlords and the rebellions financed by both Museveni and Kagame in the region, using the position of Joseph Kabila, who is their puppet put in Kinshasa, to facilitate. Joseph Kabila is their facilitator of this rebellions movement and looting of Congo. And the government of warlords in army, in security, in this. We have a lot of things to clean up in that sub-region of Great Lakes and in the Congo particularly. Women are raped. It's not a rape of Europe. It's not a rape of America. They say, oh, this lady has been raped. No. This is a weapon of war used by different rebellions in that sub-region. Almost now 20 years. And it has got more than 4 millions of victims. When I'm saying 4 millions of victims is they are using weapons in the body of women and killing them, destroying their body with the knives, taking the children inside of their stomachs, and even raping the children of less than 3 years, and raping the women, the ladies, all the ladies of more than 70 years old, with cruelty of warlords. And this is why they wanted to diminish, as I say, they want to diminish the number of the Bantu people. They want to diminish the number of the Hutu people living there, because when they were genocide in Rwanda, all the Hutus came out in Congo. And these people have been killed all the time by Paul Kagame and Museveni since '94. There is no dialogue, there is no talk, and only creating militias, rebellions, and go behind them, killing them and looting the minerals. And the east part of Congo is very rich, as I said, in gold, coltans, a lot of strategic minerals used for by the international multinationals. And because of this, we have lost more than 12 million people killed. It's a genocide of people. And it's worse than the third war, the third and the first world war victims. But nobody wants to speak this because they are hidden business behind. This war going on in the east part of Congo since now almost 20 years. It's a war of business. It's a war of resources. It's why some agreement have been made that nobody can buy the coltan of blood to create iPad, iPhone, computers and everything. But still, this business is going on out of the international rules. The blood diamond is still going on. The blood gold is still going on. It's a big business, and this business is a disadvantage of the local populations. And there are more than 4 million of people forced to displace inside of the country, running in the bush, living in the bush without food, without anything. And nobody wants to take care. You will never see these pictures in CNN. You will never see it on BBC. You will never see it in any international televisions. But it's known. Reports, international reports from UN system has been made. The UN chief of human rights in Geneva knows all these things. Nobody wants to talk. The reports are hidden in the offices. And now we say, instead of continuing like that, we are going to kill all the people, rapes all the ladies, all the ladies make suffering, the children raped, and they rape these ladies in the front of their husbands. They have to traumatize people, to traumatize the ladies that they cannot create maternity. And we have to say that we have to create the climate of security, peace, and stability, to create the climate of business, investment, because we can do these things by creating also Congolese people who can do business with Americans. We cannot invest in a country where people are poor.
Absolutely.
You need to have the counterpart of your business. We need to make a joint venture in the business. But we have to empower Congolese people, both intellectually, in the business and this. But we have also to put the people in the school, because we can, in 10, 20 years, Congo will be having illiterate people. How can you manage a country where people are not going to school? And we need to be sure that the climate permits our children to go to school safely. We need to be sure that our children are eating. We need to be sure that the basic of surviving of people, the condition of surviving, the basic conditions are protected. Their human rights are protected, and their democracy can prevail. And you cannot make a democracy in a country where people are not have a living.
Absolutely.
And all the tentative of democratization of Congo has failed. In 2006, Jean-Pierre Mbemba, who is now in The Hague, in prison, gained the election. And where he is, in The Hague, Joseph Kabila continue to be president with the support of Kagame and Museveni to continue the business, dirty business. In 2011, the popular man of Congo, Etienne Tshisekedi, won the elections. And he was put in house arrest. People were killed again. People were put in prison. Many have been disappearing. And with this, we cannot continue to speak about elections, speak about democracy without good security behind this. Then it's why I say, in 2016, I want to run for elections, but I want to be sure that my voice will be heard all over Congo. But I want to be sure that the people who will vote for Ciakudia will be protected. I want to be sure that the gain of the vote of our people will be protected, because it's not good that people goes out to vote for a candidate, but another one become the president who is not voted by the people. What is the right of the people in that conditions? What is the proudness of voting? What is the confidence of going to vote for the population? It's where we are now. We want the election of 2016, which I would like to go in, to be free, fair, and just elections, to be protected by international community. We need to be sure that we can put, we can have an eye on the electoral commissions, that there is no fraud. Then this man called Malu Malu, who is now the president of electoral commission, he did a mess in 2006. He created terrible fraud in 2006. Then they put another one called Pastor Mulunda in 2011. He created again dirty business with electoral commissions. And now we are going to our 2016. The man who destroyed the electoral commission of 2006 is now again there put by Joseph Kabila to be the president of electoral commission for 2016. We don't want to see this man there. We want to see new people, free people, electoral commission should be independent and just, not depending to the group of the majority ruling the country by crimes, not depending to the opposition, but being a really independent body which can overrule the elections with the international observer. And we have to start to plan all these things from now. For me, it's not necessary to lose our time, or we are going to do local elections, because we never do local elections before. We want to go to presidential elections and then plan during our term. We'll plan for local and provincial elections. And now we have to put emphasis on how are we going to clean up the mess of democratizations of Congo. To put the climate of peace and security, to have an international observer, to be sure that the electoral committee is really independent. It cannot depend from any of the part going to compete for elections. We have to be sure that the vote of our people is protected. One vote, one man or woman, but when you have a vote, your vote will count. Because in 2006, the vote did not count for the population. 2011, the vote did not count. We want the 2016, the vote should count for the Congolese population. This is my fight, that if I want to put my head in, everything should be protected. That my security is guaranteed, and I have a right to the media are open, my security is there, the security of the population is there, and now we can compete. And we should do the way that US, and I'm appealing for the US government to help us with the European community, to help us that the elections are fair and just. And the right of people, the right of myself is protected.
Now, I know we're running out of time, and I had so many questions that I would love to continue to ask of you. But in the interest of time, what would you like from us Americans, the public, the government? What would you like us what would you like us to do as a help?
Yeah, I think that America can have a lot to do. I came here as a historic friend of the United States of America. We are facing a lot of problems with the raising of insecurity, with Al-Qaeda and other groups of terrorism, both internationally, also in Africa, and also in Congo. The presence of Joseph Kabila and all those rebellion groups is a security for Congo. We need now good and proper leaders to manage Congo for the betterment of all Africa. Because Congo is the heart, as I said, of the continent. And America should play a strong role. It should help us to stand firm in what we want to achieve. America should understand that we failed for the replacement of Mobutu, and today we are in a chaotic situation. Now, a friend of America is standing with all the international relations in Africa and outside of Africa. This is the time now for America to have politics for Africa. This is the time for America to understand that Congo is very important for the world security, for the world development, and for Africa's stability, peace, and security. We have first to start in Congo. Congo is a very big part of the world stability and development. You can see the geopolitical position of Congo. We have more than 9 countries around the Congo. When there is instability in Congo, anything cannot work in Africa. Absolutely. We need really to have a politics for Congo to say, now we need really Congo to stand as a democratic country with a good and strong political leadership, with good people really committed to the willingness of American policies in that region of Africa. We need the international community via America to stand, because when America said, yes, we want, they will do it. And as President Obama say, yes, we can. We also, we say, yes, we can. We can stand with democracy, we can stand with human rights rule, we can stand with peace and stability and security, but we will stand also for the development, the rapid development of Congo. When I say about development of Congo, we need America to accompany the Congo, because we never have a politic of building Congo. Then this is the time or never, that when we take over in Congo, we have a plan, a mega plan, Marshall Plan to build that country. That we have access to the resources, we have access to the capacity of the Americans, because here you can find everyone, all the capacities are here. Money is in this country, but we need Americans to come and invest. We need Americans to come and help us to become a strong country in the continent. It's win-win situation. We are going to develop the conditions for that. The people of Congo and the Americans people could stand firm in the building of Congo and investment in Congo. And I would like not invest in Kinshasa. I want to build the Congo as an entire country. Then in the same times, all the provinces should be having a mega plan for building the country. There are everything to do in the Congo. There are a lot of possibilities, but we need good political management with the help of United States of America. And President Obama should do all his best that before he leaves the office, Congo is clean. Before he leaves the office, he has a plan for the future of Congo and for the future of Africa. If we can stabilize Congo, then with Angola in the position it is now, with South Africa, with Nigeria, those strong countries with a lot of resources can help Africa to sustain. Absolutely. This is my wish, and this is my motivation of this fight of Africa to sustain. I don't see only Congo. I am Pan-Africanist. I am an Africanist. I want Africa to sustain with the big resources of the continent, and also by the help of international community, and particularly of US.
You have quite a challenge ahead of you. I do hope that everything goes well. Now, last but not least, I just can't finish our interview without asking you, do you honor the Constitution of DRC as it stands today?
I think we have a lot to do. The Constitution of Congo has been created by the warlord. They have, as we say in French, taillé sur mesure. They have tailored on their own crimes. Because when they signed the agreement in Pretoria, they were not mandated. The warlords who created one president, 4 vice presidents, they were coming from killing of people, genociding people, looting the mineral, and raping people. And they told them from Pretoria in 2003 that you go to Congo, you come together, you go to Congo, then you create a parliament, and then that parliament will create the condition for elections. After elections, then you can come out with the elected body, the elected parliamentarian will be the representative of the real people of Congo. And then those people will have a mandate to write the constitutions. But what they did is they did a precipitation to write the constitution because they knew that any time they could be taken in the custody. They wrote the constitution quickly before going to elections. This was to protect themselves as a warlord. This constitution, as it is now, we are going to go in. But this constitution is saying that the president cannot run for more than 2 terms. And the Article 64 of that constitution is not giving Joseph Kabila is giving the power to the population that you can stand against any government which is illegal in the country. And Article 220 of that constitution is asking Joseph Kabila not to stand for the third term. Now he has done, in 2016, he will end his second term. We don't want the constitution to be changed, as they changed it just before the election of 2011 for one competition. From two competitions, they did one competition, but they changed the constitution just before the elections. That Etienne Tshisekedi could not go to the second competition with Joseph Kabila. And they created multitude of political parties that they have to be divided, then he can gain even with 20%. Joseph Kabila could gain with 20%, 25%. The Catholic Church, the Cardinal of Catholic Church, Monsignor Mosengo, said this is a criminal. How can you change the constitution just before the elections that you will go compete only for one time? But now we want this constitution, if we can come to the constitution before the election of 2011, that we have to go for two competitions. And the second is, Joseph Kabila cannot be presented, he cannot present himself for the third mandate. I will be happy that America can help us with this, the international community can help us with this, because in any country, there is a second tour in election. Why they change the second tour to one tour before the election of 2011? They knew why. And we want this to be back. And the second thing is that Joseph Kabila has finished his terms. We don't want that constitution to be changed. But when we will take over, we'll have to look to get the constitution which is impartial. Which is because constitution of a country is not something belonging to Ciakudia or belonging to Joseph Kabila. Absolutely. It must be impartial. It's a constitution of the population. We have to have a rule of the people, by the people, for the people. As we say here in America.
Yes.
Yeah, this has been prevailing in America for more than 100 years. We need also to come to 400 years. Yes, I say more than 100 years. We want also to start from there, that we can give a lead to democratization of Africa, that we can get a lead for the protection of human rights of Africans from Congo. We can get it, we can give a lead, because America in its position is giving lead to the population of the world. We want also to have that model in Africa. And I am sure that if we stand together, we can gain.
Absolutely.
I am devoted to this. I'm going to work for that, but I need the support from US.
Now, I know that you are going to need African friends. Most importantly, your immediate neighbors. Do you have a message for you neighboring countries for DRC in this venture, in this fight that you are on?
In London, where I am, as a Pan-Africanist, I am in touch with many Africans. This has been for all my life. I said, as a student, I was the president of African Students and Workers. My heart is Africa. All African all over the world, Africa is their continent. The Afro-American, they are listening to me now. Africa is your place. You cannot sit in America in strong positions and let Congo, the people of Congo, dying. The Congo is a country of the black African. And the Afro-American should understand that this is an appeal for you to stand with all Americans to tell to them now time has come for the Congo to be clean. We want at least to start democratization of Africa from Congo. Because when Nkrumah took over Ghana in 1957, he said the freedom of Ghana cannot sustain if all Africa is not free. And he helped us. He went from London and he helped Ghana to be free. And from Ghana, they put a program to free all the continent of Africa. We had apartheid in South Africa. It's not Mandela alone who ended apartheid. I told you, I am a friend, comrade of ANC from Oslo, Norway. We stand up, all of us, hand in hand with Desmond Tutu, Winnie Mandela and others, to fight apartheid and to gain the election in South Africa. I cannot count to build the Congo without Africans.
Absolutely.
I need Rwandese to understand that this is their part. They have to play this. That's part to stabilize Congo and free Congo. The Ugandese, the Ugandese friends who will listen to me, they know this is their fight. The Congolese of Brazzaville, the Angola, my comrade Dos Santos,
Yes.
if he can come close to what I'm saying here, they know now a friend is coming. And they know we have been fighting for this for years. Ciakudia has been all over the world, participating in the freedom of all the continent. As my friend, Madame Sirleaf Johnson, president of Liberia, told me in London last year, said, comrade, we have done a lot together in that continent. You are not a person we can forget. Now is my time for them to stand and to give to Congo a real leader. And I am giving my life to this, and I'm giving my time to this, and I will use all my energy and knowledge and capacity that what I'm saying today will be fulfilled. Not only for the Congolese, but for all the continent of Africa and for the world stability and peace and security.
Last but not least, do you have a special message that you would like to pass on to the Congolese, specifically, both in diaspora, but also in DRC?
To the Congolese, I'm saying this. I have been giving all my life for your betterment. I never stand for presidency. I have refused to be president of Congo after Mobutu. Everywhere I have been asked, I have said no. Now the time has come that we can stand together. We can unite our efforts, and we can be together. That the world is looking to us. We cannot go by the hate. We cannot go by not as a no reconciled population. We have to be united, and we have to have an objective. We have to know what we need for of the friends to help us. I am sure my time in America has been very positive. I have met with very good friends who want to help us, ladies and men, and young people who want to join hand to us to help us to change the trend of the history of Congo. But we need now, we Congolese, to understand that this is the time for us to create the new hope for our country, to create the new future for our population, and to work together to develop the country, to put a program of development, the program of investment and trade in our country, and create together the climate which give confidence to the world business, and especially our friend from America, to come safely and do business with us in Congo. As soon as I am the president of Congo, I will create the climate of business for the Congolese. I have to create, to use the position as a chief of state, to use the position as the president of Congo, to create the Congolese business. We need, because to get the business from outside to enter in Congo to do business, they have to have a counterpart. We will create millionaire of Congolese. When I came to Norway, there were no millionaire. But Madame Gro Harlem Brundtland, when I was the pastor of the Norwegian State Church, Madame Gro Harlem Brundtland, Prime Minister of Norway, created the condition to create Norwegian business. Today you have Norwegian multimillionaires who can now compete with their counterpart in Europe and all over the world. And when I met President Museveni in '95 in Oslo, I saw him creating the millionaire and the business of Uganda. We have been together in that camp to support Museveni during that time, before he became cruel to enter in the Congo and loot. But he had a project to create the condition of business in Uganda and to create the Uganda business man and woman. I am going to do that Congolese people can do business. They can be industrials. To start with light industry. I don't want just a business of buying and selling. I want to create the condition of transforming our resource inside of Congo, to create industries, to give a chance to the Congolese people to become a millionaire, and to come in joint venture together with Americans, with Europeans, with Asians, with anyone who wants to come in Congo, because they have to have the counterpart in Congo that they can absorb the massive investment of the people. We cannot do business where people are poor. We have to create the condition that we have a strong money, currency, and we have also good business people in Congo that they can create the wealth, create the jobs for our population. We want the Congo to be developed in 15 years. Put our people to work, pay them good wealth or good salaries, that they cannot go to work empty in their stomach, but they have to have a good salary that they can send their children to school and they can give the food to their families and work hard 24 hours, as they are doing in America and Europe, to build the country. We have to start from the scratch, building roads, building hospitals, building schools, building all the basic infrastructure which can give the climate of confidence to any investor to come and trade with the Congolese people inside of the Congo.
Professor Revd Ciakudia, thank you so very much for giving us the pleasure of speaking with you. I will wish you good luck on your 2016 competition with the rest of the Congolese. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The pleasure was mine,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Freedom.
All right.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.